Hello everyone. I hope you are doing well. Here is your chemistry teacher. Now we are going to start chapter 1, matter. I guess all of you are familiar with the term matter. Matter is anything that occupies space and has mass. There are 3 states of matter and these are the solid state, liquid state and gaseous state. These states can get interchanged also. Means we can convert a solid into liquid, we can convert a solid into gas, we can convert a gas into a liquid. But for carrying out these changes, we have to change the temperature and pressure of the state. For example, if we want to convert solid into liquid, we have to heat that solid. And if we want to convert liquid into a solid, we have to cool that liquid. Then one more thing is possible, that if you want to convert gas into liquid, then if we apply pressure on the gas, it can get converted into liquid, and if liquid is again pressurized, it can get converted into its solid state also. But have you ever thought that why does matter exist in different states, in solid, liquid and gaseous state? And why does matter undergo a change of state? Means why solid can be converted into liquid, liquid can be converted into gas, and why are the properties different for the same matter in different states? For example, if we talk about water, water can exist in 3 different states, solid, liquid and gas. Means ice, water and water vapor. These 3 states of matter are having H2O molecules. But the properties of these 3 states are different from each other. So why does it happen? Let us find out the answers of these questions from the kinetic molecular theory of matter, which was firstly proposed by Bernoulli, and later on this model was developed by Maxwell and Boltzmann to prove some gas laws. These gas laws we are going to study in 9th standard. So now let us know about the kinetic molecular theory of matter. Here the word kinetic means motion. So this theory is somewhat related to the motion of the particles. And this theory explains the characteristics of molecules and their motion. And according to the kinetic molecular theory, matter is made up of very tiny particles which are invisible to the naked eyes. And these particles are separated from each other by a finite distance. Means if we talk about solids, there are little spaces in between the molecules, and in liquids also there are spaces between the molecules, but these spaces are somewhat more than that of the solid, and in gases the particles are more far away from each other. The particles of all the 3 states of matter are separated by more or less distance. It means there are some vacant spaces present in these states of matter, and these spaces between the particles of matter are called interparticle spaces. And the particles in all the 3 states of matter are moving continuously in the spaces available to them. Now a question arises that we are not able to see any kind of motion in any solid object. This can't be seen because the particles are very much tiny, means we cannot see them with the naked eyes. If the particles are not seen with the naked eyes, then how can we see their motion? There also exists a force called the interparticle force among the particles of matter. This force is the force of attraction by which the particles of matter attract each other. For example, in solids, the particles are more close to each other, means they are having more attraction between them. And in liquids, the particles are somewhat far apart from each other, means in liquids, the interparticle force is less than solids. And in gases, the interparticle force is very much less because the particles are very far away from each other. Now we are going to study the 5 postulates of the kinetic theory of matter. First postulate is related to the composition of matter. Now you know very well that matter is made up of atoms or molecules. So we can say here that matter is composed of a very large number of tiny invisible particles which could be atoms or molecules. Then second postulate is about the vacant space, We discussed now only that there are some vacant spaces between the particles of matter, and these vacant spaces are called the interparticle spaces. So there exists a vacant space between the particles of matter called the interparticle space. And we can clearly see from these diagrams only that the interparticle space in solids is less, in liquids the interparticle space is more, and in gases it is still more. Then afterwards, moving on to the third postulate of kinetic theory of matter, it is about the kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is the energy due to motion. In every kind of matter, the particles are in continuous motion. So obviously they will possess the kinetic energy. And kinetic energy can be increased by increasing the temperature. Means more is the temperature, more is the kinetic energy. The fourth postulate is about the collision of the molecules. Now we know that the molecules are in continuous motion and these molecules can move in any direction. तो इसका मतलब ये है कि जो भी चीज़ इनके रास्ते में आएगी, they will strike with that thing. तो obviously they will collide with each other and also with the walls of container during their motion. Means the molecules collide with each other and with the walls of the container, and this interparticle collisions means कि जो particles की आपस में collisions हैं are perfectly elastic. Elastic होने का मतलब है that during collision there is no any energy loss or any energy gain. अगर उन्होंने ना तो कोई एनर्जी गेन की ना लूज की, तो वो पहले जिस स्पीड से मूव कर रहे थे उसी स्पीड से आगे मूव करते रहेंगे. इट मीन्स द पार्टिकल्स स्टार्ट मूविंग विद द सेम स्पीड आफ्टर कोलिजन. देन आफ्टरवर्ड्स मूविंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट पोस्टुलेट, दैट इज अबाउट द प्रेशर. फॉर दैट वी मस्ट हैव द मीनिंग ऑफ प्रेशर इन आवर माइंड. सो व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ प्रेशर? प्रेशर इज द फोर्स पर यूनिट एरिया. ना हमें ये तो पता है कि मॉलिक्यूल्स मूव करते हैं कंटिन्यूसली एंड दे गो ऑन कोलाइडिंग विद द वॉल्स ऑफ द कंटेनर. सो इसका मतलब ये है कि जब वो वॉल्स पे स्ट्राइक कर रहे हैं, कोलाइड कर रहे हैं, तो वहां पे कोई ना कोई फोर्स तो अप्लाई कर ही रहे होंगे. मीन्स दे आर अप्लाइंग सम फोर्स ओवर सम एरिया. इट मीन्स दे आर एक्सर्टिंग प्रेशर ओवर देयर. सो नाउ रीड द पोस्टुलेट. The pressure exerted by a liquid or a gas is due to the force exerted by the particles on the walls of the container. And कब force exert करेंगे? When they collide. And it is obvious that the more the number of collisions on the walls, the higher the pressure. अब जितने ज़्यादा मॉलिक्यूल स्ट्राइक करेंगे, जितने ज़्यादा नंबर ऑफ कोलिजन्स होंगी, उतना ही ज़्यादा फोर्स एक्सर्ट होगा वॉल्स पे. इट मीन्स अगर फोर्स ज़्यादा एक्सर्ट होगा देन प्रेशर भी हाई होगा. नाउ वी आर गोइंग टू स्टडी अबाउट द सॉलिड, लिक्विड एंड गैसियस स्टेट्स ऑफ मैटर. Let us firstly have a look on the solid state of matter. In solids, the particles are very much closely packed with each other so that their interparticle space is negligible, due to which the interparticle force of attraction is maximum between the molecules of solids. And the particles of solids remain fixed in position. Therefore, the solids have a well-defined order of arrangement of the particles. These particles can just vibrate about their mean position but cannot migrate from one place to another, so they have the least kinetic energy. The particles in solids are closely packed, hence the interparticle force of attraction between the molecules is maximum. The solid particles remain fixed in position and hence the solids have a well-defined order of arrangement of particles. The particles of solid can just vibrate about their mean position, therefore they have the least kinetic energy. Then the second state of matter is the liquid state. In liquids, the particles are more closely packed than in gases, but these particles are less closely packed as compared to that of the solids. So that's why their interparticle space is more than that of solids, and their interparticle force of attraction between the molecules is less than that of solids but more than that in gases. These particles are free to move within the liquid, and that's why they have more kinetic energy than the solid state of matter. The particles in liquids are less closely packed than in solids, but more closely packed than in gases. Hence, interparticle force of attraction between the molecules of liquids is less than that in solids, but more than that in gases. Therefore, the particles are free to move about within the liquid, and therefore they have more kinetic energy than the solids. Then gaseous state is the third state of matter in which the particles are not packed closely. They are placed far away from each other, which makes the interparticle space maximum in them and the interparticle force of attraction negligible in them. Therefore, the particles are free to move in any direction and hence they have maximum kinetic energy. The particles in gases are not packed closely and are placed far away from each other. Therefore, the interparticle force of attraction is negligible, and hence the particles are free to move in any direction, and hence they have maximum kinetic energy. Now let's check some properties of matter, starting with the size and shape of matter. In case of solids, the particles are very tightly packed and fit together in a regular way, and there is negligible space between the particles. Therefore, the interparticle force of attraction is very strong and they can only vibrate to and fro in their position. That is why the solids retain their shape and have fixed volume. If we take a stone and put it in a box, the stone retains its shape and volume. Matter in liquid state has no fixed shape but has a fixed volume. This is because in liquids the particles have greater space between them, and due to which the force of attraction between the particles is weaker than in solids, and hence they can always move freely within the boundary. Gases have neither a fixed shape nor a fixed volume. This is because in gaseous state, the particles are far apart from each other. There is a lot of space between the particles, due to which the intermolecular force is negligible, and hence the particles are free to move in any direction and in all available space. Solids retain their shape and have a fixed volume because in solids the particles are closely packed, they cannot move freely, and they can only vibrate in their positions. In liquids, the particles have space between them. They always move within the boundary. As a result, the liquids do not have fixed shape. They can take the shape of the container. But liquids have fixed volume as the particles move only within the boundary walls. In gases, the particles are free to move in any direction and in all available space, so gases have neither a fixed shape nor a fixed volume. The next property that we are going to study is density. Density is defined as mass per unit volume. Density depends upon mass. More is the mass of any substance in a fixed volume, more is its density. If we take same volume of each of a solid, a liquid and a gas, we'll find out that the solid will have more mass due to more number of particles present in it, liquid will have less mass and the gas will have still less mass. So in general, the density of any solid is greater than the density of a liquid, and the density of a liquid is greater than the density of a gas. But there is an exception. Surprisingly, water in liquid state is more dense than as a solid. That is why ice floats on liquid water. Then the next property of matter to be studied is change of state due to heat. When a solid is heated, the particles of solid start to vibrate faster. Therefore, kinetic energy of particles increases. At a certain temperature, the particles vibrate so much that their ordered structure breaks down. At this point, the solid melts into a liquid, and the temperature at which a solid changes to its liquid state is called melting point. And if the heating of the liquid is continued, the liquid state of matter converts into its gaseous state, because on continuing the heating of liquid, the particles start to move more faster and further apart. At a certain temperature, the particles break free of one another and the liquid turns into gaseous state. The temperature at which a liquid changes into its gaseous state is called its boiling point. Now, if the heat energy is taken out from a gas, the particles of the gas lose some of their kinetic energy and come closer, and the gas becomes liquid. If cooling is continued, the liquid becomes solid. The next property of matter to be studied is change of state due to pressure. Pressure affects the change of state by forcing the molecules closer together. If the pressure on a gas is increased, its molecules are brought in close contact. The attractive forces become strong enough and the gas condenses into the liquid state. And if the pressure is increased still further, the molecules come so close to each other that the attractive forces are strong enough to hold them in a three-dimensional arrangement. And the substance then becomes solid.